Hi everyone, I'm Sue from Crafty Sue 519 and this is my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of my new subscribers. My goodness, so appreciate you stopping by and seeing what this channel is all about. Well, it's about crochet if you haven't guessed. Crochet and yarn and stories. I like to tell stories. So just want to say thank you to all my returning subscribers. I appreciate you so much. I'll tell you, being part of this community has helped me tremendously. This has been a horrendous year for me so far. And if I didn't have this craft to do and these videos to do and being able to talk to all of you, I don't know how I would have gotten through everything. Because it just seems like there's one thing after another. So thank you to all of my returning subscribers, my new subscribers. You help me a lot. You help me a lot through things. So I forgot to turn my fan on. If I stand up, you'll see I'm wearing shorts. I never wear shorts, but it's hot. Oh, you can't. Okay, let me just turn that on. There we go. This room gets very stuffy. It's at the opposite end of the house from where the air conditioner is. And I'll tell you, these builders who build communities like this don't think. They just do things cheaply and don't care much about the comfort of their owners. Once we buy the house, we need to do something about getting air down to this end of the house better. It's been almost 15 years and we haven't done it yet. So hope everybody's having a great week so far. Mine's been better than last week was. Better than last week. Not a whole lot of updates. A little bit of an update. Our car from the accident I told you about last week went into the shop yesterday. Up until then, Grumpy had to chauffeur me around because I could not sit in the front seat because my seatbelt was broken from the accident. So I had to sit in the back if I was ever in the car with him. And there were a couple of appointments I had to go to, so he just chauffeured me around. And even he had a hard time getting his seatbelt on. He had to put his seat way back, get the seatbelt on, and then put the seat back up. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. So right now, as of now, it's a little over $5,000 worth of damage on the car, but they won't know for sure until they pull off all of the damaged pieces, like the whole side of the front end and the part in the back end that was hit. They don't know what they'll find underneath that, so we'll see. But we found out we won't have our car for like 3 weeks to a month. So that's a long time without our car. But we got a rental and the insurance pays for everything, which is nice. Now we're driving, we usually have a Cadillac CT5 SUV. Now we're driving a Jeep Cherokee. It's a little bit bigger than our Cadillac. I haven't driven it yet. I'm a little afraid to, but if I want to do anything, I got to get in there and drive it so I can get used to it. It's a lot different than our car. It's a hybrid. No, I don't even know anything about that or how that works. So it's fairly comfortable. It's got black interior. I hate that. That's really going to pull in the heat here in Florida. And it seemed like the air conditioning took it a long time. So I just want my car back. My car back, so long as everything's good with it. So we'll have to wait on that. Friday, well, after I had gotten out of the hospital, I got a phone call from my doctor's office saying that she wanted to see me as a follow-up to my discharge. So the appointment was early, like 9 o'clock in the morning. So we get there before 9. I check in, tell them they're supposed to bill the insurance the car insurance, not my Medicare insurance. And they said, well, we don't do car insurance. I said, well, that's kind of silly because I was just discharged from your hospital. It makes no, it's all Advent Health here. So we talked about that for a little bit. And finally, I just gave up. Do what you want. You know, the insurance companies can fight this out. I said what I was told to say, and that was it. And we sat down and waited. And usually when I go to see my doctor, it's quick. I'm usually never sit out there for more than 10 minutes and they call me in. Well, it gets to be 10:30. Nothing. Not 10:30, 9:30. So I go back up to the desk and I say, are you sure you let them know I'm here? And she goes, yes, I told them. Okay. Go back and sit down. 10 o'clock comes. I go back to the desk. Are you sure you let them know I'm here? Yes, I let them know. Go back and sit. Now I'm starting to get a little aggravated. I don't see why this appointment is necessary. I don't like being out this early in the morning. I don't like sitting and waiting. I don't have the patience for that. So just a little bit after 10, just like 5-10 minutes after 10 o'clock. I'm guessing it's my doctor's MA. I should say their practice was bought out by Advent Health, and it has changed tremendously. And I do not like when these big companies have, buy out doctors' practices and stuff like that. It was a big practice to begin with, but it was much more intimate and friendly, and now they've got labs and x-rays and mammograms, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Never have. And I've worked in medical my whole life, and I've worked in physicians' offices for 30 years. Don't like this. I like a private little practice, a couple doctors. But anyhow, she comes out and she sits in front of us and she says, we just found out you were here. I said, what are you talking about? You just found out. I said, I've been to the desk 3 times asking them if you were contacted. And she said, yes, all 3 times. She goes, well, we just found out and you're late for your appointment now. Well, no kidding. Nobody came to get me. So the doctor can see you, but it'll be about 2 hours. I lost it. I just stood up and I said, enough. This is enough. You called me to come here. I did not call for this appointment. And no, I'm not sitting here for 3 hours. And I walked out and she talked to Grumpy a little bit, said something to him. I don't even know what. I was just so mad. So mad. And never called back to see them again. I'm being a little stubborn about this post-hospital stuff. The hospital wanted me to contact a cardiologist. I haven't done that yet. I really don't think I need it. When all the tests come back negative, why? Why? So you can stick a Holter monitor on me for 2 weeks? I don't need to do that. I really don't think I need to do that. If I felt I was having any issues, I would go. I'm not stupid. But, anyhow, we won't talk about that anymore. That is my update. Post-accident. It's been crazy. So hopefully our car won't take a month to fix. But I'm grateful we have one. I'm grateful we have a car now and it's safe to drive. And oh gosh, always something, right? Always something. And then something sad happened this weekend. I really don't want to get into it because I'll start crying. And just saying it is difficult for me to even just say that little bit. But I don't want to go into it. And nothing tragic or life-threatening or anything like that. It was just something sad. it just like hasn't ended. I hate 2025. Gosh, this year has just been horrible for me. I'm hoping the second half gets better. Hoping the second half gets better. I'm going to Rhode Island next month for 2 weeks. My granddaughter's graduating from high school. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not. I wanted Grumpy to come so we could stay in a hotel and go and do things. You know, go visit some of the places I love, and he won't come. So I'll be staying at my son's house, where I usually stay when I go up. And I love it there. Absolutely love it there. But because my granddaughter is graduating, my daughter-in-law's whole family is coming, and they're all staying there too. And they're great people, and I love them. They're really, really nice. But they're Spanish, and they'll all talk Spanish, and I don't understand Spanish. They'll talk English to me because they can talk English perfectly fine. But her two brothers are coming with their babies, and her mom and her husband is coming, and we all get along just fine. It's not anything like that. It's just, I feel bad. I'm going to be in my grandson's room, and he still has to go to school, and for me hogging his room for 2 weeks, I feel really bad about that. That's a big reason why I wanted Grumpy to come. And my granddaughter, her room will be taken up by one of her uncles and his wife and babies, which will be right on the side of me. And it just gets a bit crowded. Just gets a big crowd. Everybody gets along fine, but I don't know. I just hope it works out all right, because there's going to be a lot of people in that house. A lot of people. 4, 8, 13 of us. So should be interesting. Should be interesting. So I'm getting a little anxious about all of that. And I know I'll cry like a baby when Alexis graduates. I was in the delivery room when she was born. Seems like yesterday. Both the grandmoms were in the delivery room. And I got to hold that baby before Mommy even got to hold the baby. And other grandma too, I believe, got to hold her. And can't believe she's graduating and off to college soon. It goes by so fast. So fast. So I made her a graduation card, because I do love my card making still. Always something I will enjoy doing. Well, she turned 18 in March, on March 1st, and I sent her a store-bought card. Oh my gosh, she was so mad at me. So mad at me. Because I've always made her cards. So my son called me and he says, "Boy, was Alexis mad at you?" I says, "What? I sent her a gift and everything." He said, "No, you didn't make her a card. You sent her a store-bought card." And I said, "I really didn't think she'd care." He goes, "No, she always looks forward to your cards and what you've made for her." Oh, I felt like crap. I felt terrible. So for Easter, I made sure I made her a cute little Easter card. And I made her graduation card 2 days ago. So it's already done. So I don't have to worry about it when I go up there next month. Oh, gosh. And I really enjoyed making it. I'm going to have to sit and make some more cards because my stock is running very, very low. Very low. So that's about all my news. That's about it. I'm trying to think now. Is there anything else? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I'm doing well. I feel fine. I think we're both a little still stressed out over everything, but our insurance company has been phenomenal, getting in touch with us right away, doing things right away. The other insurance company from the guy who hit us contacted us the other day. We're waiting to see the police report so we can find out what happened, because we don't even know how he got into our lane and hit us. So I'm really interested in reading the police report. Yep, that's it. That's all my news. Other than that, I've been crocheting quite a bit. So I guess I will start by showing you some of the things that I have made. Now last week I showed you my big yarn haul, which is in a giant bag, one of those big bags I put all my plushies in. Well, most of the yarn is in a bag like that and fills the bag. All of my Dollar Tree yarn is in little grocery bags, you know, that you get at the grocery store. I got 3 bags of that. Crazy. Really trying not to buy any more yarn. There are some parfait chunky colors that I need, but I don't need enough to get free shipping, and I refuse to pay for shipping. I did go on Mary Maxim the other day because they had a sale on parfait chunky, $3.74 a skein, which is a great price. But with what I need, it only came to like $24. And shipping was $16. I said, no way, I ain't paying that. So I didn't get it. I'll just have to make do with what I have, or not make things that I need those particular colors for, and keep a note. I'm really bad at doing that. I keep a note to remind myself down the line the things I want to make. I don't plan to do any markets all summer. 3 in mind for the fall. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll take it from there. I'll just do online orders if anybody wants anything. They can contact me with my email address that is in the description below and order, like I've always done for the last 2 years. So if you ever want anything, just contact me and I'll give you all the information. I hate saying that. It sounds like I'm begging for orders. I'm not, but I'm available, especially now through the summer. If there's anything that you see that I show that you would like to purchase, or anything that you would like me to make for you, you can contact me and ask if I do that or whatever, and I'll be happy to oblige if it's something I do. So that's my little ad for Crafty Sue 519, which is really Crafty Sue's Crochet on my business card. So let's start with what I made this week. I have 7 or 8 items, which is good for me. So anyhow, my goal was to make things that I do not have to buy patterns for. So I've been going through a lot of my old patterns and looking through things and hoping to find some things that I think will sell in the fall. And usually when I go to Rhode Island, I bring a whole big bag of yarn and stuff, and I crochet a bunch of things. But now with the house full of people for the whole time I'll be there, and the second week I'll be there, my 2 grandsons from here are coming there because they're going to be staying with my son and daughter-in-law for 2 to 3 weeks after their parents come back home here. So I'm not going to have a whole heck of a lot of time to crochet. So I think what I'm going to do is go and get some orange my brain some orange yarn to make pumpkins with, and I'll just bring that in my little bag that I put my hooks and scissors and all that little paraphernalia in, and just start making pumpkins. I won't fill them. I'll just leave them flat and finish them once I get home. But it'll give me something to do if I do have free time, because I'm sure my daughter-in-law will go off with her mother and maybe her brothers, I don't know, at some point, and I'll be home and I can go sit outside and crochet. So at least I'll have a little something to do and start getting ready for the fall. And I went off track again, didn't I? I'll tell you. And you know what? My light went out. I wonder why that happened. Can you see okay? Let's see. And it's always too bright. There we go. I don't know if that helps at all, but hopefully. All right, so I was going through all my old patterns and I came across one that I really like, and I didn't have any in my stash, and I decided to make it. So that is my little mallard. How cute is that? I love this pattern. I don't know why I don't have any more made. I sold all the ones I did have before. So I'm going to make 3 of these. That's my goal for most of the things. Maybe not the real big items, but the smaller items like this, that'll be under $20. I hope to make 3 of them before the fall. So this is the first one I made of this guy. It's made with Parfait Chunky. This is Peacock. This is Toffee. I don't remember which one I made here, and this is Tangerine. Tangerine feet. Little bit of white, little bit of yellow from Parfait Chunky, and gold eyes. Cute. I think I used 5mm hook on this. I think. Isn't he cute? I love this little guy. And I also use the same pattern to make ducklings. So I'll do that as well. I sold my last duckling at the market a couple of weeks ago. So I don't have any of these at all. So these are going on my list to make more of. So you'll see more of him in the future. And a little duck. And a little duckling, the yellow duck. Cute. I love that pattern. I love that pattern. Don't ask me who it is. It will be in the description. I will put a link in the description of all of these, but off the top of my head, most of them, I won't remember who makes them. And I don't plan to edit this video, so I can't put the name over here. Unless something happens along the way and I have to pause, then I'll have to edit. So also, the day I showed this, I sold both of them the same day to a subscriber, and I hadn't had a chance to make another one, so I made one of Robin's little mouse with the cookie. How cute is that? The mouse is made with Sweet Snuggles. It's called Sand, I believe. How cute. And his jeans are made with Mystical, Bernat Mystical yarn. And the cookie is Sweet Snuggles. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know. And he's got his little pink nose. And what I did not do, because I haven't decided if I want to or not, I didn't put his tail on. But I think I might go back and do that. It just seems weird to me that he has pants on and then the tail's going to be sticking out. I don't know. I do have his little pocket. You see that? It's hard to see. There it is. See, he's got a little pocket there. I almost didn't put it because I was going to put the cookie on his arm down the side because I like the pocket to show. I think it's really cute. But Grumpy said, no, it looks better when he's holding it in front of him. So, pocket's hidden again. So I will make a girly one. And we'll see. I had trouble with this. I don't know. I don't think I was using a big enough hook. What did I use? I don't remember. I hope I wrote it on her pattern. This is Knotting Hook Crochet. And like I said, I'll put a link to everything below. How cute is he though? He's all cute. A little crooked head. There you go. Cute, cute, cute little mouse. Cute little mouse. Then last week, I showed you my Pooh Bear that I made a test for. He's so cute. He's so cute. So I decided, well, let's see if I can find free patterns for his crew. And several people said, oh, what about Piglet? What about Piglet? So I did find a free pattern for Piglet. Not sure if I'm crazy about it yet. I don't know. You let me know. You let me know. But here he is. This little Piglet. Boy, it looks big on camera. He's not that big. He's not that big. I made him a parfait chunky. This is ballet pink. This is bubblegum. That was nice that I only needed 2 colors of yarn, because that mallard took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors. That's a pain to do. A little bit here, a little bit there. Color change, color change, color change. But that part I liked. And he was very easy to do. Very, very easy to do. So Mr. Winnie the Pooh is very happy that his friend Piglet is with him now. So I also saw that she has a free pattern for Eeyore and Tigger. So I think I'll make the whole crew. What do you think? Free patterns. Gotta love a free pattern when you can. So I'm on the Pooh road right now. Get them done. So then I wanted something quick and easy to do at nighttime. And one thing that I've just not made very often, well, I made once a long, long time ago, not long after I started making plushies. I wanted to make a snake. And a lot of people make snakes on here. I didn't want anything fancy. I didn't want to make the mini snakes. I just wanted to kind of make a normal size snake, but I couldn't remember where I saw or got the pattern from the one I made years ago. So I wanted to do them with my mystical yarn because I have so much of it now. I have every color. And I love working with this yarn. So the first one I pulled out was my spearmint. I got him tied in a pretzel. But he's a bit bigger than those little ones. So he's a big snake. And that's why, whoops, a hair. So, love the mystical yarn. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, I decided to just tie them in a knot, and when they're sitting down, they sit really nicely like this, and it just looks like a coiled snake. So I think that's how I'll display them, not all spread out. And I don't know how many I'll make. I've got a few now that I'll show you. There's one more color for sure, the phlox color. I think it's right here. Because Grumpy says you need to make nice bright colors. Well, Mystical doesn't come in a lot of bright colors. But my new yarn that I got last week, I used one of them. And this is the other one. This is phlox. So for little girls who might like a snake, I'm going to make one with this color. I think that's so pretty. So the green one is spearmint. And then Grumpy picked this color. So pretty. I'm making these things, and the whole time I'm making them, I'm saying, oh, it's so pretty. Look, it almost goes across my whole screen. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. But I think they're so nice. And so soft. This yarn is awesome. I want to tell you, I don't know if I said it last week when I was showing the yarn. I may have, but for anybody who may be new and don't know this, if you go on Amazon, you can type in Bernat store. And Bernat has a store with all of their yarns on Amazon. And that's where I found the mystical, because it's tough to find. It's tough. Michaels has it sometimes, but definitely not all the colors. And Yanspirations carries it, but they're always out of colors. And I went on to look for the Phlox yarn last week because that was the one color I did not have. And that's where I found the Bernat store. So if you're looking for mystical yarn, which I highly recommend because it's wonderful to work with and so pretty, try that. Amazon, Bernat store, all kinds of yarn. All kinds of yarn. It's awesome. So this is a new one. And of course, I'm not going to remember the name of it. Wait a minute. I got it here. It is. It is. Where are you? Crystal Ocean. Crystal Ocean. And look at that blue. Is that spectacular or what? Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this. I made him last night. So pretty. And I put regular eyes on him because I didn't know what color to put. I didn't want to put blue because it would have been too much. Like the green one, I put gold. And Canyon is this color. And I put kind of like a orangey color on him. And it looks good. I think it looks good. And then this one just got plain eyes, but look at that color. Oh, is he wonderful or what? Look at that. He's a big one. He's a big one. But I really enjoy doing this. It's very, very relaxing. It doesn't take a whole heck of a lot. Probably took me longer than it should because I just did it at my leisure while I was watching TV at nighttime. So I got my last little guy coming up. This was one of my patterns that I've had in the past and I've sold a couple of, and I haven't made them again. So I had him on my mind to do, and I couldn't find the pattern. I looked everywhere. It wasn't on my iPad, which is where I work from usually. Couldn't find it. I save all of my pattern listings from Etsy in a folder on my iPad. Wasn't there. Pulled out my folder with all of my paper patterns, because in the beginning I just printed everything out on paper and it took a heck of a lot of paper and ink to do that. Then once I figured out I could save them in files on my iPad, I never did that again. Couldn't find it. Could not find it. I was so upset. And I had texted Robin and said, oh, I wanted to make this and I can't find the pattern. And I sent her a picture of it. And I said, I went on Etsy and I can't find it. I don't know where I got this pattern. So I sent her a picture of them and she says, well, maybe it was a free pattern on Instagram. So I went on Instagram and looked, it wasn't there. And then she texted me back and she says, is it this one? And she had found one on Etsy that was very, very similar. Very similar to the one I made. So I bought it. It wasn't very expensive. Wasn't very expensive. But it's called Remy the Raccoon. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. Very similar. It seems a little bit different than the one I made, so I'm not 100% positive. I don't recognize the designer's name at all. So I don't know if somebody ripped off this pattern and then posted it under their own name. Not sure. And as I was making them, it just didn't feel familiar to me, and it should because I've made them several times and sold them. But it is very, very, very close, if not the same. It could be the same, but it's just been so long since I've made one. And I just think it's adorable. Adorable. And that tail. Ah, so cute. So, so cute. I suppose I could almost do him in orange and make a fox out of him, right? But before, I've made him out of the browns like this, and I've also made him out of grays. And there he is. Remy, the raccoon, or Rocky, as Grumpy insists on calling him. And that's it. Those are my makes for the week. I think I did pretty good, because I usually don't do a whole lot. But this week I did. I was in the mood to crochet. I knew I wanted to use patterns I already had, or free patterns. So I did good, except for the raccoon pattern, I had to go back and re-buy it because I can't find it anywhere. So that should pop up somewhere along the line. I have no idea. Had a lot of fun making the snakes. And I will continue my Winnie the Pooh series and see how that comes out. So like I said earlier, I will put the descriptions to all the patterns I showed here down in the description. And I always forget to say this. After every video, I put up a couple of links to other videos that I have done in the past that I think you might like to see. And if you want to go on and watch them, all you have to do is click on them and it'll take you right there. And I do it every week, and I forget every week to mention that. So I was determined to mention that this week. I was determined. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hope you have a wonderful day. My son already called me, told me what he's doing with his wife and family in the morning, and that he'll be here in the afternoon, so that'll be nice. And my oldest son will call me at some point, I'm sure. And my middle son, I don't think so. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. Have fun, enjoy your families, and until next time, keep crocheting. Bye.